Today we get into an interesting topic, how to start an online business. And this message out there is for a lot of you entrepreneurs who are just starting out, or maybe you got a brick and mortar or something like that and want to transition to online. Just a little brief history about me. My name is Angelo Austin, owner of Austin Media Group, where we specialize in turning prospects into lifetime clients with digital strategies. So a little bit about how I got into the marketing. I scaled my own fragrance business online during the pandemic to doing 6 figures. So a lot of the strategies and techniques I'm about to share with you today, this is stuff that came from it. We will have a part 2 of this video where we dive more into the actual marketing strategy of it. But for now, we're just going to start with the basics. And I'm assuming that you just want to jump in to getting your online business started. So step 1, what is the first thing that you have to do when you start in your online business? The first thing that you have to do is find a niche. Find a niche. Find what products is already selling, what is popular. One of the tools that you can use to do this is Helium 10, or you can use SEMrush, or tools like Google Keyword Planner. Things like that to show you what's in demand, what is people searching for. You can even use Google Trends with that. But one thing that you need to do is see what people are searching for, see what's already in demand. Do you got a new product that you're thinking about coming out with? Okay, let's say for instance, you're looking at coming out with a body butter or something like that. Go on Amazon, it's tools like the Helium 10 and other tools that you can check around with too. But you can see the profitability and the amount of volume that those type of products move in if they are in demand. So that's one key to finding your niche. Do your research before you find your niche. That way you understand what you want to do and you want to make sure it's profitable. The next thing that you're going to do, step 2, understand your business model for online. Okay, my handwriting's sloppy, so y'all might not be able to read that, but whatever, you get it. I'll put the annotations on the screen so that way you can see it. So you want to understand your business model. Which side of online business are you thinking about getting into? Are you thinking about getting into just regular e-commerce, that's direct to consumer, where you make the product or you got the product and you send it right directly out to the consumer? Or are you thinking about getting into affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing, you sell somebody else's product, you get a piece of that, you get a percentage of that money when you sell a product. So at that point, you're really kind of a middleman. Do you want to drop ship? Do you want to just have something where your logo or your brand is put on it and it just sent out as orders come in? So you got to think about which actual one you want to go into. And those, they all got their good benefits, their pros and cons. So you look at it like direct to consumer, e-commerce. If you make the product or if you house your own product and then you ship it out, or you go to a manufacturer somewhere like Complete Image Manufacturing, or if you get a fragrance manufacturer somewhere like me for preeminence. So if you're doing something like that, you paying a manufacturer to do it, it's coming to you, and then you're doing all of the work in between. Do know with that, it is a lot more planning and strategy and work on your end, but it's more of a profitability right there. With the drop shipping, one thing about drop shipping, your profit margin is thin. Profit margins in drop shipping is somewhere around like 10%. So you're not really making a lot off of it, but you take less of the risk because you don't have to do those big orders in bulk. You can just kind of do them as they come, but that's a longer way to do it. One thing I like too is the affiliate marketing model. Affiliate marketing, you can scale that. If you have a good following, especially online, or if you got good marketing strategies, you can scale that affiliate marketing because you got some companies that's paying 25% of the price of their product that you sell. So that is a very good one too, affiliate marketing. But like I said, do your research to find out which one that you might want to get into. So step 3, setting up your website. And this is one that I have to get into a little bit more. Set up your website. So with setting up a website, let me make this clear distinction. You can go to places like Fiverr, Upwork, all of the cheap places like that to get stuff done. But do know one thing, it is a difference between a website designer and a website developer. The two differences with them, a website designer will make sure you have something that looks nice. A website developer does both. They make sure you got something that look nice, but they make sure you have something that's functionable. You have all of the coding, you got all of the tools put into it. When you start an e-commerce business, There's so many tools that go in on that back end to keep that running. You got to think of your online store like a 24-hour store. It's literally something that's running all day. When you sleep, that thing should be able to take an order, or if somebody don't order, that thing should be able to take their information, send them a message 5 hours later, and then if they still don't convert, send them a second one, and send them a third one, and put them basically into a drip campaign. So that's a part of website development. Your website development, always remember that. Website developers focus on what it do, a website designer focus on what it look like. But your website developer is going to do both. And that's one thing you want to make sure you utilize, is finding somebody who has that capability to do both. Because when you have your online store up like that, so much of the stuff is going to depend. You could be leaving so much money on the table just because a product could be positioned higher on a page to where, at the point to, it's called the fold of the website. That's usually the point where somebody drops off to the website. They don't scroll down no farther. So sometimes you might not be making money off of the site because it's running and you don't have products positioned correctly where they should be on that page. But like I said, a website developer would definitely already know that things when you get it in there. So number 4, once you got your website set up, and another thing about website, I need to touch back on that, is 2 different, you got multiple different companies you can go with and anything like that. One of the simple things to remember, hosting is who's providing you service. That's no different than Sprint. That's no different than T-Mobile. Who actually giving you service. So one thing that you want to make sure when you're choosing a hosting company is one that has a lot of uptime. A lot of uptime means, okay, we can guarantee that your website is going to be up 99.9% of the time. That's the average, by the way. So if anything lower than that, then get rid of it. But if you got a product, one thing that you will see is what is the website built on. So that's what is called a CMS. Now, a CMS, you're going to see 2 main forms that's used in the e-commerce world, the Shopify and WordPress. Shopify, that is more so geared towards products, and that is a great platform, especially if you have products, because they have a lot of tools already built into that goes into that website development of what we were just talking about. So those are the 2 that you probably going to go with. WordPress is more customizable. You can have something that you can make something that just look amazing on WordPress. So like I said, those are the 2 that I would recommend, especially if you're going with setting up online products. And the next one that we are going to is set up, after you have your website set up your payment gateways. So after your payment gateways is set up, and you will notice that one of the most common things that people want to pay for online is through PayPal. So that's kind of the juggernaut of that. But even if when you're choosing your payment gateways, it's really not gonna matter. All of them about the same, 3.75%. They still go take a cut off of what they, off of the sale that you get. So at the end of the day, just make sure that that's set up so you got a robust system and someone don't have a problem checking out and all of that when they get to making the purchase of it. The next thing that we are going to talk about, we're going to touch on this shortly, but we're not going to go too deep into it, is your marketing. Now that you got that website up and running, you need marketing. And if you're an online business, especially an online business only, that is going to be what drives your business. Every day it should be something with marketing. You got a few different forms of marketing that you do with, especially if you got a product or whatever. You got a few different forms of marketing that you could do. So you have social media advertisement. If you have a product, that is going to be your cornerstone. That works great for that. You got search engine optimization. If somebody Googling your stuff and you want your stuff to be just because someone Googled how to make my perfume last longer, and you sell perfume, do you want to actually implement that into a blog post to where that can pop up and that's a longer sale for you? And that works okay. Like SEO, that works okay when it comes to products, but your main cornerstone is either going to be running Google ads or social media ads. Those are going to be the 2 cornerstones, and you're pretty much going to have to run those to keep that store making money like that. And once you build your email list, and actually I didn't even touch on that, so I'm gonna have to put that into the marketing too. Your email list. One thing that you're going to want to make sure that you do once your website is set up is implement something that captures customer data. That could be email, that could be text, whatever. Either way it go, it needs to be something in there for you to reach back out to them, for you to draw them back in, make them repurchase or upsell them. So either way it go, you need that email marketing in there, in that part of the component. So I would say that should be your first part of the component. Before you even move to social media, build your email list. And you'll see in the next segment how I talk about that email list can even help you further your marketing when it comes to the social media ads. So the last thing that we're going to do once we got all that set up is we're going to launch it. So we're going to launch it, and then we're going to go ahead and see how it goes. With the marketing, we're going to start off slow, and then we'll build up to a more scalable thing once it starts going on. But those are just some tips that I have. And matter of fact, let me write that on here. Number 6 was launch. So we can't forget to launch it. And there's so many stuff I could have gone. I could go on for hours about how to actually do this and how to do it in a robust way. But like I said, just make sure you remember these tips. We'll go right over them one more time. Find a niche. Make sure you find something that's profitable, that's going to give you some nice profit margins. Understand your business model. All of them got their advantages and disadvantages, but do remember, out of all of them, the 2 that I would say could be the best is if you're directly have your own product and you ship it out to the customers and you do it like that, or if you do the affiliate marketing, because you can scale that. That's scalable, and it's bigger margins in that. Set up your website. We discussed the different platforms that you can use to set up your websites along with the content management systems. That's the WordPress and the Shopify's and everything like that. Set up your payment gateways. We talked about that. Marketing, we can go so deep into that, but we are going to go deeper into that in another segment. But just remember, you will need this. This will be the cornerstone in running your online 24-hour salesperson. So we want to make sure that this is pristine. So that was all for today. So if you guys need anything when it comes to marketing, feel free to reach out to Austin Media Group. And you can find us austinmediahub.com. Email us info@austinmediahub.com. So you make sure you get in contact with us if you need any marketing and building your online presence.